Thursday, January 27, 2026. Today on Bold and the Beautiful, Steffi realizes Dylan can't have the intern job. Hope urges Deacon to pursue Taylor, and Electra grills Will about dinner. Read the last B&B recap. Dylan watched Will sleep while Taylor fantasized about Deacon. Dylan fills out a job application online in her room. She makes calls, but no luck. In the Forrester office, Jamie, one of the candidates for the reception job, thanks Steffi for all her support. She reminds Steffi she's been an intern for 14 months. She adds that all the other young women are happy RJ is back and leaves. Electra comes in and tells Steffi how happy she is about her upcoming trip. Steffi says she needs to give Jamie the reception job. Maybe Dylan can be an intern? Electra goes to see Will in the design office, and they chat about his chicken. He admits that Dylan ate her share. She teases him about replacing her, and he promises her extra sauce when she gets back. Electra doesn't understand how he could have ended up having dinner with Dylan. He explains that Dylan was doing laundry, and he invited her to join him so the food wouldn't go to waste. She's happy they are helping her friend, but doesn't want her overstepping. Electra texts Dylan over and speaks to her alone and reminds her she needs to respect Will's space and relationship. Dylan apologizes, and Electra barks she should have told him it was inappropriate. Dylan promises to do better and assures her she's trying to get her own place soon. Electra advises her to be more mindful. What happened last night can never happen again. Hope drops by the Cliff House to see Taylor. She wants to talk about her and Deacon. Taylor can't discuss his sessions. Hope wants to discuss her personal relationship with him. She explains Deacon has opened up about her feelings, and she thinks Taylor has feelings for him too. Hope goes on about what a great guy is and adds she'd be in support of them having a future. The doctor tells her this conversation is inappropriate. Hope knows and asks her to, at least, not encourage her dad to stay with Sheila. Taylor can't say anything. Hope is sure that the best thing for her dad is to end the marriage. Deacon is just terrified to leave her, and she's afraid he's robbing himself of a healthy relationship. Taylor repeats that he's married and nothing is going on. Hope admires her for putting everyone's needs above her own. But what could her life be like if she put her own fulfillment first? She could find out with Deacon. At home, Deacon negotiates for truffles on the phone before being distracted by his wedding picture. He paces and wonders if fairy tale romances are for people like him and Taylor. Steffi shows up and announces she's there to end any thoughts he has about a future with her mother. He assumes she's misinterpreting something. She says he's as bad as her mom at denying this. She reminds him he chose to marry a psycho, and now he has to live with it. "Nothing can happen with my mom," she orders. He thinks she's overreacting a little. Steffi asks if Sheila has ever pointed a gun at him. He says she's changed. Steffi thinks he's looking for an exit strategy to escape, and that's what her mom is. Deacon insists her mom has made a profound difference in his life. She wants her mom to move on, but not with him. He says this is not deliberate or calculated. Steffi refuses to allow him to make her mom a target by inciting a crazy woman. The Bold and the Beautiful bonus for the week of January 26th suggests some surprises. For one thing, fans can expect Dylan to get a chance to get closer to Will Spencer. Sheila Carter Sharp is going to get suspicious soon. Plus, Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan Forrester are about to be blindsided. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Let's start off with Dylan, who will get to spend some time alone with Will Spencer. After Electra Forrester had to work late, Will might have to eat chicken alone. However, Dylan is oh so conveniently there, so Will won't have to dine all by himself. Of course, Will might think it was an innocent dinner. However, Electra could worry, and Dylan might seem even more fixated on her hero. Since Electra has to work late, RJ Forrester might keep her company or offer to help out. While Electra will be focused on work and not flirtation, RJ might use the opportunity to get closer to her. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for next week reveal that Steffi Forrester Finnegan opened up to John Finn Finnegan about her concerns. The doctor will follow through and see if Sheila suspects anything. Finn might be surprised to hear Sheila singing Taylor Hayes' praises. Finn knows that once Sheila learns the truth, it could send her back to being a villain. At the same time, people aren't giving Sheila a whole lot of credit either. At some point, Sheila is going to start getting suspicious. The fact that everyone knew but her will make Sheila feel humiliated and foolish. Carter Walton and Daphne Rose should make some wedding plans. I imagine she will want the wedding in Paris, since that is where her home and family is located. Plus, Ridge and Brooke are going to find out the truth eventually. Will Eric Forrester start World War III by being Katie Logan Spencer's new lead designer? While it is a secret for now, Donna Logan Forrester is freaking out over keeping it from Brooke, so stay tuned. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of January 26, 2026? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Will refuse to become like his father Bill on The Bold and the Beautiful. He's remained committed to Elektra. However, he could get tempted by Dylan's good looks and charm. Meanwhile, Elektra felt immediate sparks with RJ. So, will history repeat itself with this couple? When Will arrived in Los Angeles, he was a bit of a womanizer, like his father Bill. He was fascinated by all the beautiful models at Forrester Creations, but he doesn't want to break hearts like his father did with his mom, Katie, on more than one occasion. Will worked hard to prove to Elektra that he could be faithful, but now they have a third party in their relationship. Elektra and Will agreed to have Dylan move into their beach house. She apparently has her eye on Will, even though she's cool with the idea of him dating her best friend. But Will seems to enjoy the banter he has with Dylan. He can relax and be himself with her. This has us wondering if Will could follow in his father's footsteps by betraying Elektra. He might be overcome with the temptation of another beautiful woman who wants him. Meanwhile, when RJ made his big return to Los Angeles, there were immediate sparks between him and Elektra. Though they share the same last name, they aren't related by blood, allowing them to explore a possible relationship. Will also found out that RJ has returned to town, and he's not happy about it. The two young men agreed not to repeat their father's rivalry, but that could change once Will learns that RJ is interested in Elektra. Will RJ push Will out of Forrester Creations amid the fashion wars and family feud? Elektra and Will's relationship has stayed strong up to this point. They proved that they could conquer anything, even Crazy Luna, who met her fate. There's nothing that could stop them now. Or is there? They might find themselves in a new challenge involving two other people. Elektra's presence proves a difficult temptation RJ is not equipped to handle. When he helped her with a designer necklace, he looked like he wanted to kiss her. The exchange felt much more than professional. Across town, Will might develop feelings for Dylan. The two could end up spending a lot of alone time together, especially now that Elektra's career is on the rise. Are these young lovers following their hearts, or the scandalous blueprints laid out by their parents? This week on The Bold and the Beautiful, Ridge Forrester reassured Will Spencer that his job at Forrester Creations was safe. Even though his parents are trying to put Ridge out of business, he's happy to have Will on board as long as it keeps bothering Dollar Bill. But could Will Spencer get fired for another reason? Here's what's coming up on Bold and Beautiful next week, spoilers below. RJ Forrester is back on The Bold and the Beautiful, already making his presence known at FC. Barely back from Italy for 24 hours, RJ headed to work with his father, Ridge Forrester, to do some catching up. RJ finally got to meet his cousin, Elektra Forrester, and they hit it off instantly. In fact, if you didn't know that RJ was really a Marone, you might have been grossed out by all of the flirting the cousins were doing. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say RJ is smitten by Elektra, and doesn't seem to be deterred at all by the fact that they have the same last name. Think of how easy it will be to pick out baby names, and they won't even have to change Elektra's last name on her driver's license. Plus, there won't be any in-laws to interfere in their relationship. Will Spencer was told his job is safe by RJ's dad, but we all know his kids trump everyone else. Look how fast Deke Sharp got his walking papers, because Thomas Forrester wanted his job. We're still baffled why Will would want to work his parents about competition and someone who treated his mom so badly. But that discussion is for another day. If RJ Forrester wants to spend more time with his cousin Elektra Forrester at work, he's going to have to get Will Spencer out of the picture. It shouldn't be hard to find an excuse for Will to get fired. seeing as how his parents are public enemy number 1 and 2 right now. Is it weird seeing RJ flirt with Elektra? Or would they make a cute couple? Let us know what you think below, and don't forget to keep checking back here on Celebrating the Soaps for more bold and the beautiful spoilers and updates. Is Hope Logan's time at Forrester Creations winding down? The Bold and the Beautiful just introduced another Hope for the Future revival at FC. Hope is thrilled her career is on the upswing again, and is determined to make her line the best it has ever been. But the fashion war brewing in Los Angeles could change everything. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say Liam Spencer is working hard helping his parents build Logan. It's only a matter of time before Liam and Hope's respective companies start driving a wedge between them. Hope has always been bothered by Liam not supporting her career. If he's rooting for his wife, then he's rooting against his parents. Once the truth comes out about Eric Forrester teaming up with Katie Spencer at Logan, the gloves are going to come off between the two families. When Forrester and Logan start battling, the Lope marriage could be collateral damage. The logical and reasonable solution would be if Liam Spencer offered his wife her own line at his family's new company. Plus, she would be working for her aunt. We have a feeling Liam might give her a little pay bump too. The only problem is there's no way Thomas Forrester will let her take Hope for the Future with her, considering how many times HFTF has been canceled, revived, and revamped. Starting over from scratch really shouldn't bother Hope Logan. But the fact that Liam doesn't take Hope's fashion line seriously has always been an issue for Lope in the past. His wife will most likely argue that she has poured a decade into HFTF, and Liam's family just started their company last month. If Hope stays at Forrester Creations, will her marriage be able to survive? Will she choose her job over her family and stay at FC? And The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for Thursday, January 22nd, 2026 reveal Elektra feeling a little bit of competition and not liking it. Despite the fact that her jaw was on the floor and her heart was all aflutter the second she laid eyes on RJ Forrester, Elektra Forrester is not about to let anyone horn in on the man she already has. Will Spencer is hers, and she is tired of fighting disturbed young women for his affections. Elektra is the one who wanted to help Dylan as much as she could. But it's also Elektra who can see that something is off with Dylan. She also likes Will just a little too much. Elektra doesn't want to sound like an alarmist, so she casually mentions her concerns to Will. Is it possible that Will has the same concerns? He wants to help Dylan, but he also isn't sure if she is becoming a little too attached to her. Something is not right about all of her stories, including the one about coincidentally killing Luna Nozawa with her car. What could really be going on with sweet and innocent Miss Dylan? Steffy Forrester Finnegan is not about to let Sheila Carter ruin her life again. In fact, she is obsessed with making sure Taylor Hayes stays away from Deacon Sharp. She once again goes to Hope Logan for help, but Hope doesn't see the problem. However, Steffy does, and she is terrified that Sheila is going to hurt Taylor. Sheila remains in the dark as to what is going on, and Steffy needs it to stay that way. Everyone around Deacon scrambles to make sure that Sheila doesn't get wind of Taylor and Deacon's close and inappropriate relationship. That's easier said than done, because Sheila keeps showing up at Taylor's office unannounced. What are the odds she one day does that when Deacon and Taylor are in a compromising position? The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers are in for Thursday, January 22, 2026. Fans can expect everyone to deceive Sheila Carter Sharp. Meanwhile, Elektra Forrester gets honest with Will Spencer. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Let's start off with Ivy Forrester. Fans just watched Ivy try to warn her niece about Dylan. While Ivy thinks it's sweet that Elektra wants to help her friend, she doesn't think Dylan should be living with Will. Elektra has had concerns about Dylan ever since she moved in. However, Elektra doesn't want to doubt her friend or come off as a jealous partner either. At the same time, they already went through an obsession storyline with Luna Nozawa. After that chat, Elektra will head over to see Will. The young lady will want to have an honest conversation about Dylan. However, Will might assure Elektra that she has nothing to worry about. Will might even say that he had chicken with Dylan, and she didn't make one single move toward him. While that's assuring to hear, Elektra's gut might be telling her to keep both eyes wide open. Elektra might not be able to put her finger on it, but something isn't right. Unfortunately, it seems that Will might not take Elektra's concerns seriously. Even worse, he might assume she's just jealous that he's becoming friends with Dylan. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for tomorrow's episode, reveal that Deacon Sharp and Taylor Hayes can't stop thinking about each other. Even though both know it's a dangerous decision, they will come together at some point. In the meantime, everyone will scramble to cover up Deacon and Taylor's connection. Even John Finnegan tries to avoid Sheila after learning about Deacon and Taylor's bond. However, they aren't giving Sheila any credit at all. While it's true, this could set her off, she also has a good friend in Lee Finnegan. If anyone can help reason with Sheila and remind her of the consequences, maybe it's Lee. Not only that, but the truth is going to hurt a lot more the longer the secret goes on. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most on Thursday, January 22, 2026? The Bold and the Beautiful threw a curveball that has fans salivating. Even though many of them saw this storyline coming, they're looking forward to the fallout. Eric Forrester volunteered to design Katie's debut collection. Many fans predict this will cause a stir at Forrester Creations. Katie asked Eric for advice on running a fashion house successfully. She wanted his expertise. Eric felt the energy between them. He decided to design Katie's first collection to ensure that it would be an immediate hit. Over on Reddit, B&B fans are amused by this storyline. Some of them are eagerly anticipating the conflict that's ahead. Ridge and Brooke are already upset with Katie for stealing their lapsed Logan trademark. Wait until they find out that she has their former lead designer too. One Redditor argued, "His son dismissed him, threw him out like an old shoe, and we need some mayhem on this show. How many times do we have to endure the same old love triangles and villains? I'm ready for some good old-fashioned fashion showdowns." Someone else echoed something similar, adding, "It's going to be delicious mayhem, and I'm ready." A third Redditor noted, "It will be mayhem, the good kind." Meanwhile, another viewer explained, "It creates tension that the show needs. Plus, it would be interesting if Eric was able to poach talent from Forrester Creations or some other fashion house to fill the ranks at Logan, since Katie is starting off with nothing but a name and a promotional campaign." Arguably, Ridge retired Eric before he was ready to step down. Additionally, Ridge and Brooke's reaction to Katie's fashion house has angered many B&B viewers. Most of them would love to see the couple get what's coming to them. Eric asked Katie to keep their collaboration a secret for now. Once the news comes out, it'll become a PR mess. Why would the founder of Forrester Creations join a startup? Eric will have a lot of explaining to do, especially with Brooke and Ridge. They'll just see this as another betrayal. Of course, Katie doesn't possess fashion design skills, so she had to hire someone to design her first collection. Meanwhile, other fans would like to see Eric take Deke under his wing. Maybe Eric could hide behind Deke's name until their debut fashion show. Then, Ridge would be in for the shock of his life. There's also the possibility that RJ could jump ship and design with his grandfather again. Either way, it's going to be a mess. Are you looking forward to the mayhem that's coming? Sound off below in the comments section. If you're still making plans for the weekend, you'll want to stop by Pasadena Comic-Con on Sunday, January 25th. The Bold and the Beautiful fans will be excited to know Sean Kanan is set to make an appearance at the one-day event. The soap star took to Instagram to announce he'll be there representing the Karate Kid franchise and promoting his personal development method, Way of the Cobra. On B&B, Sean Kanan plays Deacon Sharp, a restaurateur currently stuck between a rock and a hard place regarding his marriage to Sheila Carter and his newfound attraction to his therapist, Dr. Taylor Hayes. But at Pasadena Comic-Con, it's his time as Mike Barnes that will take the spotlight. Kanan played the Karate Kid villain in the third film of the franchise. He reprised the role for Netflix's Cobra Kai with a storyline that showed how Mike had grown as a person in the decades since he fought Danny LaRusso. But karate isn't a martial art the actor learned for a movie. He's trained in the discipline since he was a teenager, and its principles have played a part in his work on and off screen. When he's not running Deacon's successful Italian restaurant, Il Giardino, Kanan is a personal development coach who has authored 3 books: Way of the Cobra, Welcome to the Kumite, and Way of the Cobra Couples. Pasadena Comic-Con ticket holders will have an opportunity to learn more about Kanan's career and business ventures, like his hot sauce company, Bad Boy Sauce, on January 25th. Pasadena Comic-Con will take place at Pasadena Convention Center, located at 300 E Green Street in Pasadena, California. The event is being held in Halls A and B, as well as in the Artist Alley Ballroom. Doors open for early admission ticket holders at 9 a.m. PT. General admission ticket holders will be let in at 10 a.m. This is a one-day Comic-Con. It'll end at 5 p.m.